And welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name's John.
And I'm Kim.
And we thank you for stopping by on Monday evening.
Hope you had a great weekend.
We do. We hope you had a really good weekend. We hope you were able to spend some time with your family, go out and do some fun stuff.
Or maybe just stay home and do nothing.
Do veg, read a book.
Veg, be a couch potato.
Ride your bike.
Ride your bike.
Go for a bike ride.
Yes.
Right?
Do some yard work, maybe.
No. No. Yard work? That's... Who wants to do yard work?
Certainly not you.
Oh.
That's been proven in the last 13 years of our marriage.
Yes, and because of my fondness for yard work, the duration seems to grow. So it'd be like 15, 18, 20 years.
You don't think of any type of work except for this type of work. You don't like to do any type of work.
I don't?
Housework. Nothing, really. Yard work.
But I do. No?
You?
All right.
You don't even, what were you looking for the other day that I had you never seen in this home?
What? Trash bags?
No, it wasn't trash bags. That could have been that. It was something.
Broom?
Broom. I don't think you even knew where for the vacuum cleaner or something. You didn't even know where it was kept or anything. So, anyway, that's a whole other subject.
Did I even know what a vacuum cleaner was?
I don't think you do. So we were at a friend's house the other night, and I said, because the husband was vacuuming, he's one of those type that's very antsy cleaner. Very antsy
Had
cleaner.
the little dust buster out.
He likes to clean. And he likes to help his wife out. And so we were eating chocolate cake. And as we were barely finished, he's the type that, has to stay busy.
Uh-huh.
Got out the vacuum cleaner and was like, we had like little chocolate crumbs on the tablecloth.
Uh-huh.
He started vacuuming them up. So I had to lift up my feet because I felt like I was in the way and move my purse and everything while I was eating my chocolate cake. I said, kids, watch this carefully because you will never see this at home.
Uh-huh. All right.
Who's our sponsor tonight? Middleton's.
Yes. Middleton's Furniture is our sponsor tonight. Thank you to Bob Middleton and the whole crew over there. And they are in the Mark Twain Shopping Center over there, and they have basically everything you need for your house.
Everything.
Furniture, appliances,
beds,
mattresses, everything.
They have yarn, a whole yarn department.
They do.
They have a Hallmark store.
Next door, they got the Hallmark store.
Anything you need. So.
Everything.
Yep.
All right, start off tonight with a little bit of hard news, and this is a sad one. Comes from Lyon County, Nevada. This is a McCollum Hill man. Passed away over the weekend, and a man dies after falling down a mine shaft.
So he just passed away. I mean, he wasn't pronounced deceased.
A California man,
recently,
after he fell into a mine shaft near the Smith Valley on Saturday morning. According to the Lyon County Sheriff's Office, Terry Brady of McCollum Hill was unconscious and unresponsive after he was extricated from the shaft in the area of the Ludwig mine.
Okay.
Deputies and other emergency workers from Lyon County Search and Rescue, Mason Valley firefighters, and the Washoe County Hasty team assisted with the rescue and extraction. He was pronounced dead at the scene after workers extricated him from the mine shaft. No one else was injured, according to the deputy. Barity had fallen at least 80 feet down the shaft as he and other friends and relatives were exploring the area, which is located in a mountain range between Urington and Smith Valley.
Which I've been there. Have you?
Yeah, and this information comes to us from the Nevada Appeal newspaper over there, and thoughts and prayers to the family.
Yes.
Because that's a sudden.
Yes, it is very sudden. Did you hear they found a little boy that was kidnapped that was happened in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas area.
And now they're actually saying the grandfather and woman held as witnesses in kidnapping. The grandfather and woman in California were detained as witnesses Monday in the investigation of the kidnapping of a 6-year-old boy in Las Vegas, but little was disclosed about what information they may have. Terry Levy, 42, was taken into custody in California on Sunday, said FBI spokeswoman Laura Eimler. She is believed to be the companion of Clemens Fred Tinnemeyer, the grandfather of the boy. Authorities said Levy was wanted on an outstanding federal material witness warrant. So I'm wondering if he had anything to do with it. Or
Oh,
maybe
this
somebody
whole thing's
was
tied
a
up in.
mess.
They think this is maybe tied up in the Mexican drug
Exactly.
stuff.
But they
It's
did find him
just-
safe and sound, which is good news. Correct?
Yeah.
6-year-old little darling little boy. So.
Yeah, and that's just.
Yeah, that is.
I mean,
that
a
is.
6-year-old to be used in a pawn. You know what they suspect is a pawn and stuff like that.
Terrible.
It's.
Terrible.
So what happened this weekend, Kim?
We had lots of stuff going on. We had the second annual Mr. Frog's Wild Ride.
Yes, they did,
Which we
and this
have
is
lots of fun
one of the major
pictures.
fundraisers for the Feeney Park.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a second piece up on it by the Pine Tree Peddler.
He was back in the saddle
We're
again this
back
weekend.
in the saddle
Yes.
for another 100K ride. They estimated between $6,000 to $7,000 was raised for
That's
the park.
Great. That's great news. It's a lovely park. This is where the Ebbets Pass Youth Soccer plays their soccer, and they have the is that where baseball's played too?
Yep.
We had soccer on Saturday. Every Saturday, a couple more Saturdays to go, and it's over. So you see parents out there and their families all day on Saturday at Feeney Park. Lots
And
of
for those of you who are watching this in the Bay Area, one thing to remember about the parks in Calaveras County is we don't really have a Parks and Rec department yet. So
No,
all
we
of our
don't.
parks here, they've started the Parks and Rec Commission, and there's some Prop 40 funds that are becoming available. But as of now, we have most of the funding and everything else for the parks in the county is all done by nonprofits.
Yes, it is. Why are you
Which is-
yawning? You haven't been yawning all day. Why now?
It's just because I sat next to you.
Okay.
You just put me to sleep.
All right. That's great news.
Yeah. Anyway,
And so what else
and
happened?
also,
We had the sidewalk sale, the annual Aqaba Angels
Yeah.
Camp sidewalk sale, where there was lots of businesses that had beautiful stuff to
Hey,
showcase.
Hannah took some great shots.
she did.
Just some really, beautiful shots, Hannah. Of the some
If you're
really
watching.
nice, yeah, if she's watching, some really nice tight shots there, and some really, really pretty things. Now, the other thing that happened this weekend is Governor Palin made her appearance on Saturday Night
Yes.
Live. Now,
She did.
I didn't think it was that funny.
I didn't either. I almost felt like she was offended to be there. Did you?
Well,
Like she didn't
maybe
really
a
want to
little
be
bit.
there. Because they were making fun of. That would be hard to sit there and be made fun of like that.
That's part of it.
I know, but it wasn't a big appearance. It was kind of a small appearance.
But they had their highest ratings in 14 years.
Wow.
And also, Colin Powell endorsed Barack Obama for president
Yes.
over the weekend. And this was a not unexpected move.
We've been hearing of this for quite some time.
And we have another over the weekend is we have a new chef chat.
Yeah, Chef Chat. We love Chef Chat with Ironstone Executive Chef James Lehman. How to bake better meatloaf.
And this goes how to make the really, really good
I need to
meatloaf.
watch
So that way,
because I don't really know how to make very good meatloaf.
you don't.
No. We also have a new column on the Pine
Yes,
Tree
we do.
which we've had a lot of great comments on. It's called
Almost
Calaveras
50
County
comments so far.
Cares. And what this is about is this is basically a new community bulletin board being offered by us. We feel that our community deserves it, and it was also needed for the county.
And this was also suggested by Calaveras County Supervisor Marita Calloway.
I had that on there. She, take it down. I don't want to take any credit for it, So
And also Vicky from Blooms and
Yes,
Things. The other thing
exactly.
and we have had some political issues seep into this
Yes.
one that tend to happen. But the intent for this one is we know there's a lot of people out there in the audience that are going through changes.
exactly.
Career paths that they thought would work that are no longer. Different things, people have challenges right now
Yes.
that they may not have been expecting to have.
Yes.
And this is a thing to where, and sometimes people may feel a little uncomfortable talking about these in person or face to face with people they know.
Exactly.
But this is something to where if you have, there's a lot of really helpful tips. Jenny Baxter did a great series of recipes. This was actually based on the Big Trees Market ad.
Which
that you could go in
actually
there
go-
for, what was it like, for like
It
$50
was,
you could
It
get.
was for $53. You could eight meals for $4. And she's going to start doing
Wow,
this on
so
a
for
regular
32
basis.
meals.
She's going to start doing this on a regular basis.
Right.
It's a great idea. I love it because I love having a list. I love having something to follow. Otherwise, I go into the store and I'm just like, what's it going to be this week? Spaghetti, chicken, the same old thing, tacos, or whatever.
And
I love the creativity.
She's not exaggerating here.
No, I can spend hours in the grocery store trying to plan one meal. So, especially being on a budget, that's even better.
Yes.
So, we've actually had some great tips on here of people suggesting where you can print off coupons for prescriptions, where they're going to be offering a free Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep.
So if you're going through a tough time, or if you know somebody that is, and you're wondering where they can get advice, maybe go to thepinetree.net and post something on here as to where does a person go if they might be in fear of losing their home. Who might they call for something like that, or where does a person go if they need assistance with daycare, or just anything?
And the hope on this is if there's enough eyeballs on it, then if somebody posts a question or something they're in need of, then maybe other people in the community
can respond
and
exactly.
If it's so that's what it's there for. We know that Calaveras County is a wonderful area. If someone in our community is ever in need for a sickness, illness, things like that, we've always come. Going above and beyond the call of duty, so to speak. And now I think there may be some people out there in the audience that need some help that we're never expecting to to need any.
Exactly.
And this is hopefully some place to where, and it's called Calaveras County Cares, and we'll probably keep it on the front of our site somewhere. It may flow up and down.
See the big green hearts?
Yeah, the big green hearts. Yes. And thank you to those of you who have commented, and also for those of you that check it every couple days. See if there's something there that somebody may have a need that you may be able to offer some help or suggestions or tips on. Because it, there's a lot of people that believe that if there's the more people that study and look at a problem, the better your solutions are going to be.
Exactly. So, we also have a Board of Supervisors meeting tomorrow.
No way.
Yes way.
There is a Board of Supervisors meeting tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Tuesday, John.
Your
favorite day of the week.
And you know what? I'm probably going to only get to part of it.
Okay. Well.
Because I'm going to be teddy bear picnicking it.
Yeah. Teddy bear picnicking it. Okay. Tomorrow is the Teddy Bear Clinic.
Oh, Teddy Bear Clinic.
Second annual. Actually, it started today, but today through the 22nd is the second annual Teddy Bear Clinic at the Mark Twain St. Joseph's Hospital, being put on for about 450 kindergartners of Calaveras County.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. Our little guy Grayson got to attend last year, and it was really, really a neat experience. As a matter of fact, he still talks about it. And from what I hear, I guess there's a picture of him somewhere on the wall somewhere.
Really? In the hospital there?
Yes, there is. Yes. So Mark Twain St. Joseph's
like
Hospital.
Not like the post
Poster
office
child,
wall.
no. No, I mean, you mean the most wanted or whatever?
Yeah,
no, lost. No.
Lost.
We'll be hosting the second annual Teddy Bear Clinic on the mornings of October 20th, 21st, and 22nd, where approximately 450 kindergartners, their teachers, and parent chaperones will have the opportunity to tour most of the hospital in order to learn what the hospital is all about, learn about each department, all while gaining a comfort level within the hospital setting. So if your child ever has to go to the hospital, this also helps them so they're not afraid.
That's a very good thing.
So we will be covering that and the Board of Supervisors meeting tomorrow. And there's also a Angels Camp City Council meeting tomorrow evening.
It's going to be busy.
So what's on the agenda for the Board of I put it on here so long ago, I have to find the agenda, John. Where is it?
Did we bury it down there?
No, I put it up on, I think, Saturday, so it's down a little ways. It's already off the front page, I think. I hope not. Do you see it?
Oh, another little hard news piece. With stuff goes by so quickly.
Right there.
The stuff goes by so quickly as we wanted to mention something, and there's been the second ATM-related burglary in the last few days occurred over the weekend. This was early Sunday morning. Basically, it looks like some people wrapped a chain around the ATM, broke the front of the windows out of Big Trees Market, wrapped a chain around the ATM machine, and dragged it out the front of the store.
The second one. The first one.
The first one at Motherlode Bank in Murphy's was unsuccessful. So that was one to where it was an unsuccessful attempt. The one at Big Trees, we don't know if they were successful in breaking it open once they had it, but they were successful in removing the entire the entire ATM machine.
You've never seen this kind of stuff before.
Yeah, it's just
very sad, really, isn't it?
And you don't know if it's economic times.
Of course, it probably is, John.
Well, I mean, but that's not really an excuse. But it's it adds additional pressure.
The Calaveras County Board of Supervisors will meet tomorrow morning. One of the agenda items is short-term rentals are back on the agenda.
Ooh, this should be fun.
I know.
Just kidding.
Some of the discussion items will be a resolution item updating the county conflict of interest code to incorporate revisions made to the FPPC model code, and a resolution updating the appendix of designated positions to the conflict of interest code. A resolution item authorizing the board chair to sign the application for open space subvention payment of $135,688.52 from the state of California under the Open Space Subvention Act.
There you go.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
That is.
I don't know what any of it means.
There you go.
Okay, what is the conflict of interest code?
Oh, well, if you serve on a public board,
okay.
Conflict of interest. For example, if it's a real estate issue and you have property,
okay,
that could be.
Okay. I typed all this and I'm like, okay, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
Let me see. A discussion and possible action approving a budget cover. For the 2008-2009
Lots
tomorrow.
of pretty pictures.
Discussion regarding possible action adopting a resolution item authorizing the board chair to sign a memorandum of understanding with the San Andreas Sanitary District to commence negotiations regarding sanitary service to the Calaveras Criminal Justice Center, and adopting a resolution authorizing the CAO to sign an application to the San Andreas Sanitary District.
Now, in a practical manner, some of those $30-some million in funds that they will be spending on the jail, some of that will be going to improve the infrastructure in San Andreas, the San Andreas sewer system.
Exactly.
Because as it is now, there's not enough capacity to cover the jail, so that some of that will go to improving the system itself.
And then they will have a study session in the afternoon on short-term rentals.
As you may recall, this was a very, very, very heated topic over the summer. Yes. This is one of those topics that packed the boardroom. Hopefully this one will be a little more amicable and quiet tomorrow. Maybe things have settled down a little bit. But this was one of those topics that seemingly innocuous, but can have a huge impact on the county's fiscal health. The issue arose out of a short-term rental down in the Copperopolis area on Lake Tulloch, to where basically it was a huge mansion that had multiple master bedrooms and things like that. So it's perfectly set up for cozy groups of 30 to 50 to show up and party on the weekends. Okay, we're exaggerating maybe a little bit, but so the adjacent property owners were justifiably upset that this happened repeatedly, and they want some changes to county code and county policy. This is where the rub comes in for the rest of the county. A huge portion, it's huge, but a significant portion of the county's economy is based on having people here in the county staying in a vacation rental. This provides income not only for the vacation rentals, but for restaurants, all the others, a good portion of our tourist dollars.
They're really popular up in the Bear Valley.
The high country.
Because of the scene, yes. And during the summer, the lakes
whole,
and all that.
From Murphy's on up, the weekend vacation rental portion of the business is a huge deal. And the interesting thing is that they haven't had as many noise complaints and other things during the peak winter season up in the upper parts of the corridor, because some people were saying because it's
too cold,
they
stay inside.
They stay inside.
Yeah,
so the noise is necessarily inside. So there hasn't been the volume of complaints as opposed to a summertime vacation rental where people would normally want to be outside and party.
Up on the lake, yes.
So that's not saying the skiers are any better behaved.
No, it's not.
But they're quieter because they're behind walls.
Yes, exactly.
Unless they poke holes through the walls.
Yes.
But, still. That will be up tomorrow afternoon. And also at lunch, they're having Calaveras County Library annual luncheon at the Black Bart Inn, the Metropolitan Room,
Yes.
on Main Street.
Okay.
So
Lots
it's going to be
of stuff
busy.
going on tomorrow, yes.
Lots of stuff.
And on Saturday morning, John did something kind of fun. He went up to Bear Valley, and he live streamed the EIR.
Yes, we
meeting.
did. Now, this was
How did that go, by the way? I never asked.
Actually went very well. I mean, I guess the overview on this, if you've been following the progress of the Bear Valley development project up there in Bear Valley, the new ownership group is proposing to basically build an entirely new town. They would build out approximately 400 and some condominiums. The big piece is install a new high-speed quad from the village that would service Bear Valley. So it would in some ways make Bear Valley more like a Park City or something like that. Some big stuff and a lot of excitement around it. And also with the economic realities, you know that they're, the pace of things. It's nice to see it still moving forward. This was a fairly complex EIR that they've been working on for over 2 years. It involves a lot of it. There were some of the things that took longer on it is because one of the things in Bear Valley is parking. Snowmobile access, and any of the dissenting views were based strictly around that type of thing. But one of the things that's taken a little bit longer is that, and this is a really nice thing in the long run, is there are several county lots because Bear Valley is unique. In fact, the man from one of the companies that was doing the EIR says this is the first one that he knows of where the environmental impact report was based around snowmobile traffic and snowmobile parking, period. Because as you may know, in Bear Valley, come the first heavy sets of snows,
you get around.
They close the roads.
Yes.
There is no longer...
They groom them, but they close them.
They close the roads, so if
you've
you...
got to travel by snowmobile.
It becomes a snowmobile and cross-country ski and downhill ski town.
Yeah.
And one of the things is this makes parking as an issue because people coming up for the weekend, they can't drive to their houses.
Yeah, so they all have to park out.
So they have to park somewhere. And one of the things is, one of the things is on these big lots up there is, and one of the things is, in Bear Valley, if they have a lot of snow, they start losing parking because there's no place to put the snow.
Okay.
So one of the things on this is if they're going to build covered parking underneath the condominiums, so the county would in effect be giving up ownership or use of...
There already is parking there, right?
Yeah, but it's not covered. So
the
basically,
new condominiums, or
the new condominiums? What we're talking about is the whole town.
Oh, okay.
To where they would for example, even the existing homeowners would be getting a covered parking spot.
Okay.
So,
Wow. That would be nice.
That is in some ways the carrot to some of the existing landowners
so
to go along with the development.
All the homeowners would have a parking space.
Covered.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Fancy schmancy.
Fancy smanchy.
So we have the replay of that video up on thepinetree.net in case you missed it when we
the public
shot it
comment
live.
period, if you want to see, is open till November 7th, I believe. Rolling forward on that, and they look at so it's kind of interesting read. So if you're looking at investing, buying a condo up in Bear Valley or something like that, definitely worth a watch. And that was what we did on our Saturday morning.
Yes, I went to soccer and you did that.
Yep.
So, kind of mentioning, do people keep our son and their thoughts tonight? Make sure he's okay or not?
Sure, we should. Kim's worried tonight because our son, I think he's fine. He banged his head at school, so they're looking at hard. So they're looking at
on the back.
mild concussion or something like that. So
a little bit of the symptoms.
So now
if you could
Kim's
just keep Granger in your thoughts. I'm worried I'll probably be up all night checking on him.
I think
tonight.
she's going to wake him up. They say every hour or so. She'll probably do it every 15 minutes.
He's got some dizziness and some. He says when he turns his head, he feels like there's water in his head.
And if he doesn't feel bad now, by the time he gets rattled around every hour or so, he's going to feel horrible in the morning. Just kidding. All right.
I think we're almost done, John.
We thank you very much. There's going to be a warming trend coming in the afternoon. Oh, a little bit on, warming trend coming in a little bit later this week. So today today was probably the coldest day we're going to get, and it's going to warm as we progressively go on. We'll be back tomorrow night. Have a great night, and hopefully have a good day tomorrow.
Yes.
And we will see you back tomorrow night. Good night.
Thank you.